thinks he's going somewhere exciting.
I know. So if only that camera had some sort of smell-o-vision to it. He's been sweating away in a caravan for almost 2 months now, swimming in muddy ponds and dams and lakes and rivers. So throughout the time we give him a good scrubbing. You can smell him from a mile off.
I was actually sorting my change earlier today. I was like, oh my god, I have so much change. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I know now. Oh!
No, it ain't happening. No, don't make me.
Now the fun begins. He's being a pretty good boy this time. Sometimes he's a little naughty and tries to escape. He's got... Oh no! Oh, there we go. Woo. I think Sarge is happiest when he's smelly and covered in mud. And look, he's already looking for something to roll in.
After spending a few days in Silverton, we decided to move further down the road to explore Broken Hill.
Our first port of call was finding pet-friendly accommodations. After a bit of research, we found a lovely family-owned motel right in the center of town called the Lodge Outback Motel. Our host, Helena, went above and beyond to make our stay enjoyable while accommodating our pet-friendly requirement, which is hard to come by in Australia. What a treat it was to spend a few nights in a proper bed with a small kitchenette, full bathroom amenities, air conditioning, Wi-Fi, laundry facilities, and a relaxing, beautiful pool. Helena was more than happy to show us around while we shared stories of our adventures so far. Being located in the center of town, you can easily move about to explore the shops, restaurants, pubs, art galleries, and other attractions of Broken Hill. The location is bar none. Now let me show you one of my favorite parts of the hotel. The pool. Trust me, on a day when it's nearly 40 degrees, there's nothing better than a cold pool.
Cannonball.
We spent our time mingling about Lookouts, the Miners' Memorial, the Royal Flying Doctor Services, and various other historical walks through town. One could easily spend a week here visiting local attractions. That's a very deceiving sign, because it makes it almost look like dogs aren't allowed. What a great space. It's fantastic to see a little fenced-in area for anyone who's come by with their dogs. We never encountered anything like this in Sydney. It would have been fantastic to have, but unfortunately it wasn't really something they offered. This was great. Sarge ran around to his heart's content and then sat at the gate when he was ready to go.
Broken Hill was surveyed by a few farmhands near the turn of the 20th century while tending to livestock. They all shared a similar interest in mining, and when precious metals were discovered, they quickly formed one of the most recognized mining companies in the world, BHP Billiton. The town is entirely built around the various mines. Local artists have done a fantastic job incorporating this theme into everything. And we're up at the Miners' Memorial at the moment, checking out the big bench before it gets too hot with Sargent, and taking in the sunrise over Broken Hill.
The Miners' Memorial is a really eye-opening experience. As you walk through the memorial, you come face to face with the names of over 800 men that died while working here. So much of what we see here, the deaths just sound horrendous. It's so sad.
Crushed by machinery, electrocuted, caught in conveyors, falling down chutes,
Premature explosion.
lead poisoning, explosions, falling timber, you name it. It happened to these poor buggers. The Royal Flying Doctor Services of Broken Hill. We've just pulled into the Broken Hill Airport, and so far this place is looking pretty cool. Plenty of airplanes around here. This building, I'm sure, has heaps of history that we're going to learn about as we go through it.
Well, we've passed through a lot of places actually where they've got Royal Flying Doctor Service museums and stuff, and we've never had the opportunity to go in. It didn't work out with our schedule, so I'm glad we're making the time today to learn more about it because it's a big part of Australia.
So they are Beechcraft Super King Airs, capable of carrying 2 stretcher patients and 3 seated. They fly at around 500 kilometres per hour, so it's about an hour's travelling time to our furthest points.
Yep.
And of course the other base just kick in from there. So it's a nice network of service. And it's the responsibility of the people in the outback to establish and upkeep their own airstrips.
Yep.
They must be 1,000 metres long. And we ask them to do roo runs in their motor cars up and down just before they land, riding away the kangaroos and emus, etc.
The Flying Royal Doctors were established in 1928. It's all a not-for-profit organization. They are the lifeline to people living in outback Australia. They have medical chests around the country for supplies. Their planes are fitted with all the equipment that they would need on board. They employ nurses, doctors, dentists, and pilots. Each plane's worth about $12 million. They have to do additional outfitting to the plane, upwards of $2 million. That includes all the oxygen, reinforcement, upgraded suspension, and the things that they need to make it into the bush. But they are the lifeline to everyone outside of the city. Without them, given the distances and the size of Australia, a lot of these people, from the sick and needy to those having babies, would be without resources, medical resources.
This is the size of Texas. So Australia, a big country. There's Texas, Japan, Great Britain and Ireland, New Zealand, Germany. There's still heaps of space to fit other states and countries in there.
We're now in the heart of Broken Hill. Pretty cool looking place. A little quiet, given that it's probably the weekend and Saturday. We're on our way over to the Palace Hotel. There we go. When you walk into the Palace Hotel in Broken Hill, you can't help but notice all the murals on the wall. They were painted by Gordon Way, an indigenous artist from Port Augusta. The only stipulation was that scenes contain a water feature so that the hotel would feel like an oasis in the outback. Outside the Palace Hotel, you'll notice a statue and the Vietnam War Memorial. This is the only statue in Australia of a soldier posing in a live-action position. The town's history and relics made for some excellent industrial photography. These mines are quickly depleting, much like Silverton's, but the town of Broken Hill is preparing accordingly, investing in local artists and developing tourist attractions.